My name's Drake Anthony, and I'm 25 years old, and I like to call myself a professional mad scientist. On YouTube, I go by styropyro, and that's a name that I came up with when I was really young, but since I've started posting videos, I've gotten over 100 million views, actually, and I'm coming up on 500,000 subscribers, so it's amazing the amount of viewership I've gotten in those years, and I would have never expected that when I started my channel. Now, anytime I'm gonna break out the high-power lasers, I have to wear goggles. It's like, there are no exceptions there. I mean, you take one hit to the eyes and you're blind permanently. I mean, even just looking at the spot on the wall can damage your eyes. So I put on these laser goggles, and that prevents me from, so if I ever take a direct hit, then it's gonna save me from that. And this is what saved my eyesight over the years. All right, so now I'm gonna power up this laser diode bank. So I'm gonna turn on my power supply, and now, laser diodes are current control devices, so I'm going to crank up the current here and then let the power supply take the voltage. And there's the laser beam going. In fact, I had one of these banks on my laser bazooka, and in fact, I actually had 4 of them hooked up and converged together. So this right here is my 200-watt laser bazooka. 200 watts! The power output on this thing is insane. Now, if you're gonna publish anything online, you're gonna get haters. And of course, I have my share of haters out there. And probably one of the biggest complaints of them is that what I do is fake. They think that everything I made is like, CGI, just some computer-generated stuff, and they just think I'm a complete hoax. And it's funny because, I'm making devices that are so cool that they think it's fake, I wish I could bring them into my little lab here and show them just what a laser can actually do. I think they'd be completely blown away.
Why should you even have something like this?
You shouldn't. A lot of people think I shouldn't own devices this powerful, and in a sense they're right. I mean, these powers are just on scales that are hard to imagine, but your typical hobbyist is not gonna be able to make something like this. So it's fun making, pushing these limits even further. I want my viewers to know that science is #1 on my channel. I never dove into any of these projects without without extensive reading, without incredible safety precautions. I never dove into this stuff blind, and that's why I still have my eyesight, and that's why I haven't blown my hands off. Is because I've respected everything along. This is my silver play button for getting 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. It's funny the things that get taken down by smaller content creators like me compared to some of the big guys. Like I had a video removed about my laser bazooka. It got removed because supposedly the title was misleading. Because I called this laser bazooka a bazooka, I guess that was like clickbait or something. But it really was. It was a giant laser gun that shot huge beams. This baby right here sits at 200 watts, which means it's 400 times over the most dangerous rating imposed by the FDA. This bazooka was a really fun project, I mean, you can see all the scrap metal that I used on it. You might want to see that sticker, it's kind of funny. Not only will this kill you, it'll hurt the whole time you were dying. There's this weird double standard where, you have some of these big YouTube producers who make these make incredibly offensive things or just stupid and dangerous acts. But, I can't call my laser gun a bazooka, or, I can't show a chemical reaction that spontaneously lights on fire, even though I talk about, several minutes into the chemistry involved. These strikes are, they're definitely limiting, and they limit what I can show. I think YouTube associates the chemistry with bomb making or making drugs, and it's very frustrating knowing that my channel could just get banned for some reason that they don't even tell me why. It just overnight it could happen. I'm not even sure if YouTube is realizing this, but when they put these restrictions in place, they're limiting science education. And I know when I was growing up as a kid, the internet was my main resource for learning new stuff. And I wasn't interested in things like, dumping vinegar, on baking soda and making a volcano. I wanted to see things, light on fire, and I want to see awesome, cool, extreme science. When you remove those kinds of videos, there's less kids that are going to get interested in science. And then in the future, there's less scientists out there. And it takes these little sparks and seeing something that's amazing to get somebody interested in something like this. I can't even imagine the kinds of things I'll be working on in the future, and the collaborations I might be doing, or, what companies I might be working with, or universities. But I just see myself working with lasers, until the day I die. It seems to be something that is just, engraved into me. And I love lasers, and I hope to work with them, until the very end.